friends, it's Mrs. Baroni reading Matman Shapes. This book was written by Jan Z. Olson and the illustrations were done by Molly Delaney. Do you remember what this is called? It's the front cover. How about this? It's the spine and this, the back cover. All right, let's see what this book is about. The title page, Matman Shapes. If we made Matman with a rectangle, what would Matman do? He'd be the real Matman, and his mat would be blue. Do you see that? This is a rhyming book, right? Do and blue rhymes. If we made Matman with a circle, what would Matman do? He'd roll and roll around the floor, then he'd roll right out the door. Floor, door, they rhyme. If we made Matman with a diamond, what would Matman do? He'd float up high into the sky, then he'd look down and wave bye-bye. What is Matman? He's a kite. Sky and bye rhyme. If we made Matman with a triangle, what would Matman do? He'd hold the triangle in his hand, then ding, ding, ding in a marching band. Hand, band, they rhyme. He's making music, friends. If we made Matman with an oval, what would Matman do? He'd sit with Humpty on the wall, then hold him so he wouldn't fall. Oh, that is so kind. He's helping Humpty so he doesn't fall. What a great friend. Wall, fall, rhyme. If we made Matman with a moon, what would Matman do? He'd go outside to tell the cow, ready, set, jump over me now. Cow, now, they rhyme. Let's see what happens next. If we made Matman with a square, what would Matman do? He'd take a partner to a dance and do-si-do at every chance. Dance, chance, it rhymes. If we made Matman with an octagon, what would Matman do? He'd stand in the street like a traffic cop. He'd make the cars and buses stop. Cop, stop, they rhyme. If we made Matman with a hexagon, what would Matman do? He'd count his sides from 1 to 6, and then he'd stoop to pick up sticks. 6 sticks, they rhyme. If we made Matman with a star, what would Matman do? He would make your wish come true. One special wish just for you. True and you rhyme. If we made Matman with a pentagon, what would Matman do? He'd say, count my fingers, look alive. Now count my corners up to 5. Alive and 5 rhyme. If we made Matman with a heart, what would Matman do? He'd give us each a valentine and say, I love you, please be mine. Valentine and mine rhyme. If we made Matman with a blue rectangle, what would Matman do? He'd say, that's my mat. My mat's bright blue. Shapes are fun to do with you. Blue and you. And here are the shapes. There's Matman. So you can make Matman with your own wooden shapes. And that is the end. I hope you enjoyed the story. Goodbye.